Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more juicy content from me. Hello, and welcome back. It's been a while since I did a video or a podcast. I have been traveling quite a bit. So between traveling and recuperating from that and, doing summer stuff with the kids, etc., I haven't done any videos. But, I have been, just taking time off, enjoying myself, having fun. And it's good to be back in the swing of things and to continue to drop these videos for you, make this content for you. And, please feel free to scroll through, leave your comment, visit my websites, and just, follow me on other social media, get to know me better, etc. Join my email list. Look, I'm all over the place. Look, all you have to do is type in Shola Ezeokoli into Google and you will find me. But today though, today I'm going to talk about something very interesting. Now, I say it's interesting because it's one of those subjects that are sort of a taboo, but to me, nothing is taboo. And it's the subject of money. So today I'm going to be talking about how not to be poor. Now, before you're like, this one, what kind of scam is this, etc., just wait and see. Now, honestly, before I made this video, it was a lot of push and pull within my head, a lot of imposter syndrome, a lot of, well, you were telling people how not to be poor, blah, blah, blah. Are you sure that you have the gravitas to tell people how, how not to be poor and how to make themselves more financially, more, I would say, moving closer and closer to financial independence and freedom. Now, so I'm going to put out a few disclaimers. Number one, I am not a financial advisor. I am an ordinary person with what you might call a high net worth individual. But, obviously I don't have Ambani money or Jeff Bezos money, clearly. But this, if you want to call it advice or strategies or tips, are things that regular people can use to, I would say, improve themselves financially. So, just a few things. Some of it you might have heard before, actually. And, but if you have, that's okay. And if you haven't, you can learn something new. Now, I come from that old school of thought that says, go to school, get good grades, go to college, graduate, get a job, and everything will be fine. Now, in the world of today, that is not enough. It is not enough to just go to school and graduate with a job. And back then, that generation, they used to have jobs where they would work for their whole life and then they would retire with a pension, and that would take care of them until they went on to the great beyond. But now things change quickly in the world. People get laid off, companies go bankrupt, companies shut down, things are not as reliable as they used to be. Employers are always looking for ways to cut costs. People get fired and only to have the company hire cheaper people, etc., etc. So it's up to you and I as individuals who live in this world that we didn't necessarily create, that to be agile and to think differently when it comes to money. Okay, to think differently than, oh, I'm just going to get a job and this job is going to be it for the rest of my life. That is not the case anymore. So the first disclaimer, I'm not some, big financial guru or financial advisor. The second disclaimer is that this advice, like I was saying, would apply to you if you live in the US. Maybe not so much if you live in other countries. I live in the US, so I can talk more easily about how things work in the US. So let's dive in. How not to be poor. Number one, the financial gurus give us advice that we should track all our spending and have a budget. Yes. So we all know, I would say we kind of all know that. Track your spending. Every dollar that comes into your hand has an assignment, and have a budget. That's sort of basic. Okay. But on top of that, here are a few more things that I've just learned over the years from being an employee, a business owner, an employer as well within the US of A. Number one, if you get a tax refund, try your best not to use it to pay bills and debt. Bills and debt, you've been paying them so far. So what's different? Use your tax refund, if you get one, for something that will grow. A lot of times people target tax season because they know you are flush with cash that you didn't have a plan to spend. You didn't have a plan for. Meanwhile, other people have a plan for your own money, your own tax refund. Stay there. Actually, don't stay there. You too, as other people, the concerts are coming out, etc. New brands of shoes, new brands of whatever are coming out, and everyone is targeting your tax refund. You too have a plan for your own tax refund that doesn't involve necessarily putting more money into other people's pockets. Now, I'm not saying don't buy new things or don't buy concert tickets. Feel free to do so. However, your tax refund is a good lump sum of money that you may have not had before to try to use to invest, or at the very least, open a high yield savings account that will pay you interest. Even if you don't know anything about investments, when you keep the money there, it's there. And then when you learn about investments, or you have an idea of what you can use the money for, then you can use your tax refund for something that will grow. Number two, don't pay off all your debt. What? Okay, just give me a second. Don't pay off all your debt before you start saving and investing. Okay. Now, there's school of thought. I remember having, I went to I would say a conference where somebody who was, a Dave Ramsey fan. She was like a Dave Ramsey stan and talking about how you have to pay off all your debt, blah, blah, blah. And, so I asked the question. I said, shouldn't you be paying off your debt as well as saving and investing? She said, no, you want to pay off all this debt down first, and then you start that, and then you start that. Guess what you're losing when you're not investing? You're losing time and compounding interest. If you start investing $50 a month at the age of 20, you're better off by the age of 60. By the time you add compounding interest, you're better off than the guy who started investing $100 a month at the age of 40. So yes, you have debt. Yes, you have bills, but you have to pay off things and save and invest at the same time. Now, it may not be as much as you want to, but it's best to start with little and let it grow. Instead of using all your money and focusing on just paying debt, paying debt, paying debt. Here's another thing. When you focus only on paying debt and not generating more income, what happens? You will get back into the cycle of debt again. Because if you don't have any more money, the reason why people go into debt is because they don't have enough to cover something, right? That's just basically it at the end of the day. So, or, for whatever reasons. I'm not going to go into the reasons, but you don't have enough at the time to cover something. So what happens if you focus, oh, I'm going to pay off my credit card, blah, blah, blah. Now you pay it off, and guess what happens? You need to change 4 tires. And guess what you do? You go back to that same credit card and go back into debt again. And then you start with paying off debt. While you're thinking of paying off stuff, think of how to generate more income so that if being debt-free is your goal, you don't keep going back into cycles of debt. And now, debt is not necessarily a bad thing. And I'm not saying it is. I'm not talking about the pros and cons of debt, right? I'm just talking about, don't have this focus of, I'm just going to pay off all my debts, and then later I'm going to start investing. You would have lost a lot of time. Number 3, you're in the US, have a registered LLC, have a side business. What does it take to have a side business? Think about something you can do on the side. Maybe something you can sell. Maybe it's a buying and selling. Maybe you make candles or soap. Maybe you want to write a book. Hello, book coach here. And if you look through my YouTube channel and my podcast, you will find other videos and broadcasts about writing books. And I'll still do more on that. But have a side business, okay? And that side business at tax time will enable you to get tax refunds from your business expenses. So have your LLC registered. Always have a side business, okay? Now, that really applies if you're, higher W income earners. They get cheated a lot at tax season, but it doesn't have to be the case. Instead of paying more at tax, if you have a business, a legitimate business, it's registered, you're doing some things there, you have you have the opportunity to write off business expenses and claim those back. Number 4, there's a saying, people say this, and I haven't really verified it, but I think it's true. The average millionaire has 7 to 10 streams of income. So why would you sit on one and think that that's the thing that's going to prevent you from being poor? It is not necessarily, because if that one income goes away, your goose is cooked. So have a job, have a business based on your talent, and have something that you invest in, okay? Like stocks, ETFs, index funds, ETFs, cryptocurrency, bonds. There are so many investment vehicles that are available to the regular person that you can actually start to invest. Small sums of money invested on a regular basis will build up to a very large nest egg in the future. Don't only rely on your 401k, because guess what? By the time you get to retirement and that your 401k, you start pulling it out, it may not be enough. People are living longer these days. You don't want to be 120 years old and, in poverty. So you have at least 3 income streams to start, with an aim of building up to that 7 to 10 streams of income that they say millionaires all have. Okay. Now, number 5, start to pay yourself from those income streams bit by bit, and start retirement account based on those income streams, even if it's small. Your business can start a retirement account for you. You start, if it's stocks, you can start to, you may not be able to pay yourself, but instead of pulling the money out, you can reinvest it. So you can pay yourself from obviously your job will pay you, but pay yourself from your business. Number 6, take advantage of every single tax saving loophole that you can. I wouldn't even use the word loophole, because loophole implies that it's something shady and bad and illegal. No, this, in the US, there are a lot of tax breaks written into the tax code, because they want people to have businesses. They want people, because in the US economy is run off of many, many small businesses. Yes, we all know the giants, right? But the truth is that the US is a very, very big country, right? And so many people with so many small businesses are what is moving the economy of the US forward. It's not 4 or 5 big giants that are moving the economy forward. It's everybody together. So the US, they the tax code favors business owners over W-2 employees. Okay? So they want you to have a business. They want to give you money back from running your business and moving the economy forward. I think of my business. I pay salaries for like 6 people, and those people, they go out into the economy and they spend money and they buy things, etc., etc. Then I go and I pay myself too. So person number 7. So now we're all so as a business owner, you're stimulating the economy. So they will happily give you back money to help move your business forward. So take advantage of every tax saving strategy. I'm not going to use the word loophole anymore. I'm going to say strategy. Everything you can do to save on taxes. And if you need, I'm not an accountant. If you need to hire an accountant, get one. Get one that's familiar with current IRS policies. Not all accountants are created equal. Not all CPAs are created equal. Some CPAs that you pay a flat fee, sometimes they'll just file your taxes and move on and not really go deep and find the strategies. If you pay a commission-based CPA, Oh, they will find stuff. They will look. They will sit down with your documents and they will pour over it with a fine tooth comb. Take advantage of every tax saving strategy that you can. Number 7, take care of the big stuff. Now, the financial gurus will tell you to stop drinking lattes because guess what? If you stop drinking your $5 a day latte, you will suddenly become rich and a millionaire and be able to do all this wonderful stuff. And instead of advising people to stop drinking lattes, I would rather advise them to leverage what they have to make more money so they can buy all the lattes they want. Because at the end of the day, it becomes a race to the bottom. So, okay, we're going to stop drinking lattes to save money. But we've saved money, and guess what? Market forces that we don't control catch up to us. And then, oh, you know what? We don't drink latte anymore. It's black coffee. We're not going to drink black coffee anymore. And then we're going to go down. What are we going to drink next? Oh, tea. Tea is cheap. Okay. And then so one day, what are you going to do? You're going to stop eating, right? Because guess what? The market forces are relentless. They don't care that you're saving money on all these lattes. And when you think of people who really make a lot of money, they're not talking about saving on lattes. They're talking about growth. They're talking about investing. They're talking about smart financial practices, not just not buying lattes anymore. Because you keep cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting down until it's a race to the bottom. Until what? Let's not eat bread. Let's eat sand. You see how that can go really weird very quickly? So, number 8. I don't know why I had 2 number 7s and I'm confused. Number 8, don't view money as a limited resource. Okay? The Pentagon in the USA spends $1.6 million a minute. A minute, not a day, not a week, a minute. Money is actually unlimited. Because if all the money in the world were to run out, what will happen? There will still be more money. So don't view money as something that's going to finish in the world. It is not. It's there. Money is not a pie. Life is not a pie where, oh, once we've gotten the 10 slices, we're done. Start to view money differently. Money is an unlimited resource. So what you have to do is put on your thinking cap and say, okay, how can I make more money for X, Y, and Z? Obviously, in ways that are legal, honest, moral, ethical, etc. Number 8, cancel subscriptions that you're not using. Now, this is one of the places where I tell you to cut back. Because if you're not using a subscription, why are you paying $10 every month for the next 10 years for something you're not using? Go ahead and cancel the subscription. Last year, I saved over $500 just canceling subscriptions. Like, okay, that was good. And every year, because sometimes you subscribe for something for 3 months and then you forget about it. So you have to go through all your subscriptions and cancel the ones you're not using. Did I say number 8? No, that was number 9. Number 9 was cancel subscriptions. I wrote these things down, pretty briefly, and I wrote 7 twice for some weird reason. Okay, anywho, so number 10, have a day every week where you go over all your money stuff. Go over your spending, your saving, your investments, budget cuts, etc. Doing this alone, for me, I've met my savings goal for this year now. Just by, going over this, okay, how can I make this better? How can I do this differently? And looking at, different portfolios, etc., etc. Have a week that you go over all your money stuff. Even if it's even if you don't have a portfolio, look in your bank account and see, wait, I'm paying for this. Okay, no, I need to cancel that. Or these people took charges from me twice. I'm telling you, some places I had a dispute with the hotel. They charged me twice for the same service in that same day. Obviously, it was a mistake, but it's still my money. So if you're not looking, guess what? Nobody's looking except you. So I have someone that I follow that calls this money church, because once a week you're doing stuff that has to do with money. Last but not the least, invest in your self-improvement. So now, when I say invest in your self-improvement, buying books, hiring coaches, going to seminars and conferences, because when you improve yourself, then you are able to actually grow and make more money. It's just the way it is. You learn a new skill, right? And then you're able to use that skill to make more money. You maybe you go back to school or something like that. Investing in your self-improvement. So that's actually number 11. So I'm going to go over this very briefly again. One, don't use your tax refund to pay bills. Two, don't just pay off all your debt and focus on that alone. Three, have an LLC. Four, have at least 3 income streams. Five, try to pay yourself from your other income streams apart from your job. Six, take advantage of tax saving strategies. Seven, take care of the big stuff, not just the lattes. Eight, don't view money as a limited, scarce resource. Money is an unlimited resource. 9, cancel subscriptions that you're not using. 10, have a money church day. 11, invest in your own self-improvement. Well, 11 is a really odd number to end things on. I don't know whether I should add a 12th thing. Yeah, I think I'll add number 12. Take little amounts of time and money to enjoy your life, because you could all do all this stuff. What's the point if you're unhappy and your soul isn't well fed? Do little things for yourself. Take out some of your money, go out. Maybe there's something special you like to do. It doesn't have to be like terribly expensive. Buy yourself one little item that you've always wanted. You can save up and buy things like that. So don't forget to enjoy your life even while you're doing all of this. So that's it from me from today. I had started to talk about writing a book as a stream of income. So in my next broadcast, stay tuned. I'm actually going to talk about how your book, the many ways in which your book can make money for you. So thank you for listening and have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you next time.